And good day. This is Kent Barnes, and this is the weekly community podcast for the week of September the 5th. I am recording this podcast on Friday, September the 9th, as I wanted to get the latest information on several items so that I could share that with you. As with each year in our schools, we have several what I call hotspots as overages in student numbers for a specific classroom. Well, why didn't you know that was going to happen this summer? Well, my crystal ball doesn't function that well, I'm afraid. And in previous years, our classroom projections have been spot on or they've been uh, less than accurate. What happens? Well, people move in, people move out, people lose a job, they find a job, they move in with relatives, and so on and so forth. The point is, I have to wait until we actually start school, see how many students are in each classroom, and then try to make some adjustments in that vein. Unfortunately, I don't have an unlimited amount of money to make adjustments. I fear that some individuals have forgotten all of the discussions that we had this past spring on budget and the rationale for many actions that the Board of Education took upon my recommendations. Budget doesn't just impact our school district, it impacts every school district. And as the state legislature continues to look at budget and different proposed statutes, I still encourage you to contact your legislators, to contact the governor's office for adequate funding for the public schools. There are some bills before the legislature increasing charter schools and the like, and I'm not against choice. What I am concerned about is the lack of a playing field, and encourage your legislators to come visit the Holly schools. Let us show them what we do, how we do, and why we do. And just as a reminder, as you read in the media about how public schools are failing students, I go back to our EdYes scores, I go back to our meeting AYP, and one size doesn't fit all. One size doesn't fit all in the classroom. One size doesn't fit all when you start talking about public schools either. On a much brighter note, tonight at the Holly High School football game, it's elementary night, and I believe that every elementary student that's accompanied by a parent or a guardian or another adult will get in free. We have a lot of activities going on, I believe, that starts at 5 o'clock if you'd like to stop by. Zott Ford, Holly's very own Zott Ford. If you test drive a 2012 Ford, Ford Motor Company will donate $20 toward the Holly High School athletic budget. What a wonderful deal. But not possibly, but in reality, the most important thing that's going to happen tonight is at halftime of the football game, in which both Linden and Holly police officers and firefighters will be honored, not just for a remembrance of 9/11, but just as a remembrance of what they do every day for all of us. So if you have the desire and the opportunity and can stop by Holly High School tonight, it ought to be a whale of a football game, but so many other activities. And we never ever want to lose sight of what public school education is all about. It's about the students. And contrary to what some may think, there is not a never-ending box of money that exists for public schools at the local level. I believe we've been good stewards of the public dollar, of our tax dollars, but there is a limit to that, and as I mentioned in the spring, as far as programs and class sizes and such, but that doesn't just impact us. It would impact all school districts in the state of Michigan. So as always, I thank you for listening to this short podcast, and I look forward to many more in the upcoming months. And if I see you at a ball game, when I visit a school, or just in one of the local businesses, I thank you for allowing me to be here as a part of the Holly Area School District. May you have a great rest of the day and a great weekend. Take care until the next time. Bye-bye now.